No, he was smiling, so that's always good. But, always fingers crossed for young players. He plays so hard, and, he plays with his heart. And when you see stuff like that, it just doesn't necessarily sit well with you. But got my fingers crossed, yeah.
When it comes to the game, it seemed like the Suns' defensive intensity had something to do with it, but could you put your finger on anything in particular offensively for you guys?
We get to the point like we're competing, and then there's a moment where, whether it's their defensive intensity, which it was, you give them credit. They play extremely hard, but the ball can't stick. We got to continue to move, and that's not on the players. I have to make sure that you're trusting them, but also you got to make calls. And if I need to stand up and make some calls to make sure that we're getting stuff that, make sure that we're moving the ball in bodies. That's the biggest thing in sharing the basketball, is making sure that ball is hopping around the court. Because when we do it, it looks good and we play well. And then there would just be these moments where we just slow down, and that's the difference in us competing in the first half, and we're right there, and then we come out in the second half, and it's just a couple 3 minutes that the game gets away from you, and all of a sudden a team like that defensively, they're going to be handsy. The refs won't call all the calls, because that's just the nature of a good defensive team, is that everyone is doing it, so you can't make every single call. And if you're not fundamental and protect the basketball, and it ended up being 21 turnovers for 23 points, it's not functionally a way to survive in this league.
Doug, knowing your pedigree as a player,
yeah,
how tough is this for you to weather a season like this, where you're going through stuff like this every night?
It's you got to be built for it. I am, but it's tough. I mean, I don't like to lose. I'm rather a poor sport, to be quite frank with you, but defining the competitiveness is my number one thing, and so I try to find the bright spots in a lot of things that we do. And in the first half, there was a competitive edge and a defensive intensity that I'm okay with, and then all of a sudden that goes away, and those are the things that really rub you the wrong way, and can make it tough in a season that's not going the way that we want it so far.
So focus from the organization on down, do you find that it's there? I mean, your owner's been pretty distracted with the A's over the last year or so. It seems like he should be spending more time focusing in on the Kings.
I can't speak to all of that, but what I will say is that we are aligned with the direction that we're going. We're going to get there. These are the frustrating moments of the process of getting there. So just the ability to make sure that we're putting a product on the floor that speaks to the competitiveness that we want to see, and the winning will be the byproduct of that.
So but can you define what that alignment is?
Is the ability to put a product on the floor that Sacramento Kings fans can be proud of, and ultimately a champion. That is exactly what it is.
How far away do you think you are of that?
Well, I know my head's bald, but I don't have a crystal ball. That is, there's luck in a lot of things. 24 months ago, the Detroit Pistons were about as bad as you get, and last time I checked, they're really good. 3 years ago, OKC got beat by, I believe, 50 points a couple of times, and they look pretty good. I can even speak to the San Antonio Spurs and what they've done. So you can't really put anything on it, but what you can do is you can say that this is the standard of Sacramento Kings basketball, and you continue to play to that standard until you get a locker room full of guys that play the right way.
Thank you. Good luck with it all.
I appreciate you.
Anybody else?
Coach, can you speak on Russell Westbrook just breaking that all-time scoring record and how significant that is?
I didn't know that he broke another record tonight. He continues to break records. Russ is he's a freak of nature, man. His competitiveness, his competitive drive, his spirit to continue to play as hard as he does at I think this is year 18 or whatever it is. Always been a fan of his, and it's an absolute honor to coach him. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
You guys good? Appreciate you guys. Have a good evening.